Hey everybody, Ross with Coins and Coffee here, and today we're going to have an actual nickel box hunt. This could be the first nickel box for the channel, and so I've got a whole box of customer wrapped rolls. The first 8 here have the enders showing, and then the rest of the boxes are going to be these striped rolls. I already looked at the ends through these 8 rolls, and nothing too special, but today we'll be looking for any buffalo nickels. We'll be looking for any silver war nickels. That's going to be 42 to 45 with the mint mark on top of the Monticello. Now, it's not probable, but it's possible we could find a Liberty nickel today. That would be great. And then we'll also be pulling out all of the early Jefferson nickels from the 30s, 40s, and 50s. Any 2009 nickels in good shape. And as a personal favorite of mine, I like the Journey Westward nickels from 2004 and 2005. So I'll be pulling out all the nice examples for that. All right, and we'll be using our microscope to hunt any mint marks and varieties. And I'll bring you in on the first find. And on roll number 2, we have our first nickel from the 40s and a 1940 from Philly. Roll number 12 of the box, we get our first nickel from the 50s. And this is a 1958 from Philly. Roll 15 produces the second one from the 50s, and this is 1957. And we have a mint mark, looks like a Denver mint mark. Roll number 19 is going to give us our third nickel from the 50s, and this is a 1955 from Denver. So far we have 55, 57, 58, and 1940. Roll 21 and pull another 1957 from Denver. Roll number 25 and we get a dime. And just a regular old dime. And this is the nice part about hunting customer wrapped rolls, because sometimes you find dimes. Alright, we're just past halfway of the box, and I was getting a little bit worried, but we have some redemption. Roll number 27, and we've got a silver war nickel. And this here is 1943, so the second year they were made, and San Francisco. And that's how you can tell you have the war nickels from 42 to 45, and that the mint mark will be right above Monticello. So, all right, score 1, 35% silver nickel. And our luck's starting to warm up right now. Next roll, 28. And we have our first one from the 30s, 1939, from Philadelphia. This is the second year that the Jefferson nickels were minted. Roll number 39. And we have our fifth one from the 50s in a 1954. Also, on a couple of rolls back, found another dime. And haven't had too many finds from this box, so I'm thinking I'll just go ahead and wrap up the rolls after this one, switch it out, and tack another box on. Alright, well that does it for the first box. I am going to go ahead and wrap these all up and trade it out for another one. And I'll just show you right now what we've got from the first box. So, we did get the one war nickel, 1943 San Francisco, which was cool. And did get some from the 40s and 50s, and I do have, and also a 39, and it will be able to fill up my album. So, the 1939 will fill, the 1957 Denver will fill, and I have 1958 Philly will fill. And over here did find 2 dimes, and these are some of the nicer 2004s and 5s that I was telling you about. And over here I found some cool 70s and 90s that have some toning on them, so whenever I find a cool toner, I'll just upgrade that in my regular album. So I'll see if those will actually upgrade, and I'll bring you back when we get the second box. Alright, now we have all those rolls switched out. We got a full box again, and hopefully we can find some good ads. On roll number 7 of box 2, we pulled a 1956 from Denver. And a little bit later, roll 10, and 1952 from Denver. The obverse is in pretty nice shape, and it had me hopeful when I turned around. You can see that the steps on Monticello are slick. You can't see step 1 on it. So that makes 7. I believe that's the 9th nickel from the 50s. Roll number 15, and first nickel of the roll is 1941 from Philadelphia. And as I was fanning out the roll, I always look at these darker marked, and this is 1943 from Philadelphia, our second Silver War nickel. Now, you can check for the 3/2, which it does not have, and let's see, where's my mouse? Right here is where you would see somewhat of a hook, and this is where the 2 would have been. You would see just like the little remnants of a 2, and it would appear as almost like a fish hook there. But still, our second silver nickel. Alright, now that the first 30 customer wrapped rolls are out of the way, then the last 20 are going to be machine wrapped rolls. And I have already checked them for any enders, and nothing to be found there. And the last couple of customer wrapped rolls pulled 3 from the 50s. So I have 52 Denver, 53 Philly, and a 54 Denver, and a 1940 Philly. Let's put these up with here, and let's see what these machine wrapped rolls bring us. Well, that didn't take long. Roll number 31, and we get a 1940. Let's see, I can't quite make out the mint mark. 1940 from Denver, and a 1958 from Denver, it looks like. Yes. Roll 33. Found another older Jefferson. And let's see, we have 1939. Ooh, let's see if it has a mint mark. We can get a 1939D. That's a key date. Nope, it's Philadelphia. So there are only about 6 million minted in Denver that year, so you find a 1939D. That's a good key date right there. Roll 38, and another from the 40s. This is 1940 from Philadelphia. Roll 41, and we have a 1941. How about that? From Philadelphia. And roll 46, oddly enough, a 1946. How about that? And quite an anomaly. I'm not quite sure what's going on with this nickel. As you can see, this looks to maybe be a 1987 Philadelphia, but there's something going on with the rim, and it actually is somewhat rounded on the edge, almost like a ring. I'll show you the reverse and how Monticello is just obliterated. United States is cut off. I'm not quite sure what's going on. If any of y'all know what this is or seen something like that before, please leave me a comment in the video, because I am very curious as to what this might be. Anyway, we'll set that aside and get to the last 4 rolls of the box. All right, went through the last 4 rolls and found 2 more from the 40s. 1946 from Philadelphia and 1947 from Denver. So, get this out of the way and we'll survey all that we have. So we had the 2 silver nickels. First row are the 50s. These are the 40s, and that's the 1939. Here's that oddity again, that something went on with the strike. I'm not quite sure, but definitely holding on to that. And then over here, just some of the nicer 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s to upgrade the album. And these are the Journey Westwards that I'll pick out all the nicest looking ones and hold on to those. And did find 2 dimes in the first box. Alright, so that's been this 2-box nickel hunt, and I'm glad I was able to get some nickels, bring y'all something different. I know pennies can get old sometimes, so I'm glad to switch it up. So this has been Ross with Coins and Coffee, and I'll catch y'all next time.